Okay, today I'm doing a fairly short ride. I'm just getting back into cycling actually after not even riding a bike for about 6 months. Well, more like 4 months or something. But I'm also testing out this lavalier microphone. It's got wind reduction built into it. I only tested it briefly. I actually bought it for my Contour camera. I had a Contour Plus 2, which the internal microphones were just useless and almost non-existent. So I bought this microphone to use with that. It's a drift microphone, and that was one that was recommended for the Contour Plus 2 camera. This is the first time I've ridden with it attached to plugged into the GoPro. Unfortunately, when I tested it last night, I only got the adapter yesterday. I went for the official GoPro one after reading reviews of other ones. It's basically said it's not worth it, just bite the bullet, don't be a cheapskate, just go for the proper one that actually works properly. So that's what I did. But the audio, being obviously a mono microphone, the audio only comes out the left channel, which is a bit annoying. So obviously I'll have to change that post-edit. Now this will be a really good test actually. I'm doing 30 miles an hour now, and this will be a good test of how this microphone does actually deal with wind noise. I'm now doing 40 miles an hour, 40. So that should be normally, I mean, it would just be picking up nothing but wind noise, but let's see how this microphone works. I'm also testing out at the moment. You can see my handlebars there. Got a another GoPro camera mounted on there, rear facing. I have tested it out the other day, but I've angled it out slightly more because all you could see was my leg going up and down. Well, it wasn't all you could see, but it was kind of took up about a third of the picture. It's just my chubby leg going up and down. So hopefully this will pick up a bit better. Another reason why I came out on my bike today is, well, apart from it being gorgeous spring weather, it's still quite cold. It's probably, I reckon, only about 5 degrees right now. It's lovely and sunny. All the buds are coming out on the hedgerows and everything. But I also wanted to take a right just up here. And it was only because I was looking on Google Earth the other night. That because I always thought this was just a dead end up here. I've never really been up here before, but when I was looking on Google Earth, there's a couple of big long tracks, and they look like they're kind of bridleways or some sort of public right of way. So I'm going to go and have a look. This is the village of North Marston in Buckinghamshire. It's very pretty. And like I said, I've never, even though it's only like a mile away from my house, I've actually never been down here. That's a nice church. It's funny, isn't it, on Street View? Now, that's a dead end. That's how it says, but I don't think it actually is. I think this is what I thought before, but you can actually go up here quite far. Yeah, it's funny when you look at Street View and then obviously you go there in real life, it's just like you've been here before, really, which you kind of have. The virtual world. I didn't go all the way along here on Street View. I only kind of had a brief look this sort of bit, really, so otherwise it spoils the adventure. So this is pretty cool. So that sign back there that said no through road is actually a lie. Oh yeah. Obviously it's a no through road for cars and such, but I reckon I can get down here on my bike. Such a nice day. Oh yeah. Is it? Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I'll walk over this one. Yeah, probably be alright, but I've had a few incidences with cattle grids. Now, when I was looking at this on Google Earth, I'm sure there's a bit where it kind of forks off. One bit goes basically up to this farm up here, and there's another bit that kind of forks off over to the right. It'll be alright. Just shake the camera a bit. Yeah, I had a real scary incident with the cattle grid once, and luckily it's before I was using clipping pedals. Oh, here comes a big tractor. He kind of lets me get up to here. This is nice around there. This is where you expect to be chased by a dog. This must be the bit where it forks off to the right. I don't know whether this is public right of way down here. Doesn't look it. There's no signs saying that it is. Oh, in fact it says private, no public access. So, obviously you can't see that from Google Earth. I was hoping to go down there because that kind of goes down equally as far as this one's just come down, which is probably a couple of miles, I reckon. I'll just go up as far as I can, which probably looks to be about here. And so I don't want to get chased by any dogs. So, I'll turn around here. What a lovely place to live for a child. Idyllic childhood on a farm in the middle of nowhere. Must be brilliant. I mean, I've grown up in the countryside. Buckinghamshire, born and bred. Well, actually I was born in Oxford, but spent my life in Buckinghamshire. This bike is so springy. It's obviously it's a Dawes Super Galaxy, and it's a steel frame. Pothole, cattle grid. Yeah, it's a steel frame and it's so springy. This is the bike that I normally cycle to work on. It's done thousands of miles since I've had this bike, but normally I've got the full set of panniers on it, so and loaded up with my work gear, my workwear. So normally got a bit of weight to it. Here comes our hay bale bloke again. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that view. This is what Milton Keynes used to look like up until the 1970s, 60s, 70s, when they turned it into a massive housing estate. Don't like the look of this cattle grid. It's a bit it'd probably be okay, but it's just okay. I'd like to see the Model T Fords. Didn't see any when I was down there. Yeah, I don't know whether you could make that sign out just then, but it said something about arable land, sheep grazing and Model T Fords. So if you had a collection of antique cars, would you really put a sign there telling people? don't know. I don't think I would. Obviously making a very important phone call there. Couldn't wait for him to stop driving. Just coming past you. The trouble is, you think, do I do the bell? Because the trouble is, when you ring the bell, people shit themselves. Don't know why, but they always do. And she didn't look like she was going to move anywhere. She just looked like she was in her own world, just walking in a straight line. So I thought, I'll just say, I'm coming past you, as I did. But as I went to say it, she suddenly looked round and stepped across. So it could have been a bit dodgy, but you know, I was doing no speed, so I could have stopped in time. Oh, it's actually getting quite warm. I did say it's going to warm up today to, I think, about 8 degrees, which is the warmest it's been since about December. We had an exceptionally mild winter this year, or the early part of winter was anyway. Kind of November, December, and even sort of early January. Where, I don't know. Oh, of course, there's a school in here. We're exceptionally mild. I mean, it was like 15 degrees in December, like Christmas Day. You hear the front brakes binding. I'm not a fan of these brake pads. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just exploring. And I wonder what's down there. I don't know, time for a little explore, I think. It does say no through road, but it doesn't say you can't go down there. So let's just see what's going on down there. I love this kind of random exploring. Got a dog there. Just random exploring. And even this is right, you know, this is right on my doorstep, but I've never been down here. I'm sure I'm going to get chased by a dog at some point. It's just, I can feel it in the air. You just know when you're coming down places like this, there's going to be some hard bastard of a dog on the loose that's going to come and chase you. But I do have an air sound horn on this point, so that might work, might scare it off. I could just hear a car behind me, but I think it's just on the main road. So I wonder how far up this goes. It's actually quite steep. Steeper than I thought it was going to be. That's where you kind of expect to see some mental dog bounding out of. baring its teeth. Probably be there on the way back, stopping me going down the path. Never mind the dog. What? Beware of the owner. He's probably got fucking 12 bore. Now, I just went past some like little roadside shrine, which is in loving memory of Esme Jennifer Cheshire, a very respected country woman, 1934 to 2001. I'm sure she's not actually buried there, is she? You never know. No dogs. Oh, fuck. There we go. There's the fucking dog I was telling you about. It's great, you get a couple of nice days like this, nice weekend. You know, it's a Saturday today. Just instantly, everyone's in the garden. It's lovely. Thing is, of getting back into cycling after a long time off, it's not like I've started from scratch again. You know, it's not like I'm completely unfit and got no strength in my legs at all. It's just more, it's just my lungs took a battering. Cardiovascular kind of workout. So really getting back into it, it's a case of short but more frequent bike rides, I think. Shorter but more frequent, you know. So if I do sort of 5 to 10 miles each ride, that'd be perfect. I don't want to kind of start doing like 30-mile bike rides just yet. That was going to be a bit scary then, reversing out onto a road like that. That was an example of a good patient driver. Now this hill coming up just around this bend, obviously it's the one that I go down on my road bike. I do 50 odd miles an hour coming down that hill. So I've done like 52 miles an hour before coming down it. Going up it, yeah, different story. It's a bit steep, as you'll see. Trouble is, it's the worst sort of combination really, because it's steep, it's a steep hill, It's a narrow bit of road. It's quite bendy as well, so you're going up a steep bit around a bend on a narrow bit of road, so you know you're down to like 4 miles an hour. So it's sort of walking speed pretty much. And it's also relatively busy as well. So it's not the best combination, which is why I don't particularly like going up it. I think the best sort of way to tackle this is just to pretty much just coast up it. I'm going to go straight into the granny wheel. And it's just a case of I keep my left foot unclipped just in case. It's just a case of grinding away really. Go right down. I'm actually in first gear now. Yeah, 4 miles an hour, grinding up the hill. And it's one of these sort of hills that kind of, it's a bit deceptive. You get up this first bit and you think, oh, and then it gets steeper. Just relax into it, push through the legs, control your breathing, and don't talk to the camera. Excellent bit of driving. 10 out of 10. Oh, what a lovely smell. Freshly cut grass. Oh dear. Alright, I think I'll do a bit of off-roading here now. That's the good thing about a touring bike, is that you can do a slight bit of off-roading. You know, nothing hardcore obviously, but quite easily come down little tracks like this. Hello. Morning. Start getting a little wheel spin. Oh, slippery. Slippity doo-dah. Oh. Lovely smell of bonfires, love it. I love this time of year, because you just know that from kind of mid-March onwards to about mid-October, really, it's going to be relatively nice weather. You know, you might get the odd rainy day here and there, but it's not going to be freezing cold. Not going to be getting chest infection after chest infection. I'll tell you what, it's a bloody testament to these tyres. Schwab marathons, and they're not even marathon pluses. And I've had, I think, 2 punches in 4,000 miles on these tyres. So that's not bad.